Why is it so hard to get people to leave a review for my podcast? I have an audience, I see the downloads, but sometimes I feel like I'm podcasting for myself. I want to see more engagement, more reviews, more interactions from my audience. I get these questions and concerns from my clients and students all the time. So let's figure this out together.
Ready or not, yeah, I'm coming. I'm never winning. Take a look at me, I'm sinning. If I hide, they'll seek me.
Hello and welcome to the Podsound School channel, the place to be for all things podcasting. Here in our channel, you can find all the tools you need to start your podcast, grow your podcast, and build a strong podcast brand. In today's video, I'll be sharing a common concern among podcasters: how to get more reviews for my podcast. I will also give you actionable tips to try in your next episode in social media to get those desirable reviews. This is a short video filled with great tips from podcasters in our community, so I ask you to stay with me until the end. But before we move on, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We release videos every week about podcasting, social media, content strategy, podcasting on YouTube, and more. And if you're new to podcasting, I want to invite you to our free podcast training for beginners. In this training, Studio Steve and I share our best strategies on how you can start building an audience even before launching your podcast, so you can have listeners and fans from the start. I'll leave the link in the description below, or you can go to podcastingsmart.com. Are you ready? Okay, let's talk about podcast reviews. In my opinion, podcasters should put their energy and time into other things besides obsessing over accumulating reviews, like nurturing and connecting with their audiences, implementing an email marketing strategy to have direct communication with their listeners, and using social media to interact with their audience and build a community. So I decided to ask podcasters in different online communities for their opinion about podcast reviews and share some of their strategies they use to get more reviews. But before we get into those tips, do reviews really help you rank higher on Apple Podcasts or help you grow your audience by bringing new listeners? It's the consensus that podcast reviews and ratings do not affect your podcast ratings on Apple Podcasts. Listeners pressing the subscribe button is what matters if you want to climb up the charts. Another downside to podcast reviews is that they are anonymous. Once they're posted, it's very hard to remove them, and you cannot reply to them on the platform. So it makes them a one-way communication channel. Unlike here on YouTube, where you can reply directly to comments and delete or hide unpleasant comments and block internet trolls, it's nearly impossible to remove reviews on Apple Podcasts. This leaves podcasters vulnerable to haters and internet trolls. Also, because they're anonymous, giving shout-outs without even knowing who the person is isn't ideal for engagement. On the positive side, having an array of 5-star reviews can be an incentive for first-time listeners to subscribe to your show and become regular listeners. From a psychological standpoint, hundreds or thousands of reviews on a podcast give people the sense that they're missing out on a super popular and mainstream show, which may entice them to give your podcast a listen. Reviews can also be a great source for feedback and ideas to improve your show, and an effective marketing tool for your social media. Sharing your reviews on social media puts your podcast in people's minds and makes them curious to listen. Let me know in the comments below, what is your opinion about reviews? Do you think that they're useful? Have they made a difference in your podcast? Now that we gain some perspective on how important reviews are, let's explore how you can motivate your listeners to leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Number 1, add a call to action to your episodes. You may be doing this already. However, how often do you stop what you're doing, driving, cleaning, exercising, or whatever you do when you're listening to a podcast to write a review? Not very often, right? This is why only adding a call to action to your episodes is not enough. What I recommend is to regularly ask for reviews in your podcast and also your social media. You can create a Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram post, or hop on Instagram stories and ask people to review your podcast. Also, keep in mind that some people in your community may not know how to leave a review. This is why it's super helpful to make a quick tutorial with your smartphone showing people how to find your podcast on Apple Podcasts and how to leave a review. You can share that little tutorial on social media or send it directly to your super fans who have not reviewed your podcast yet. Number 2, ask people directly to review your podcast. This is a fun way to interact with your audience and get reviews. For this, you can send direct messages messages on your social media, or send a quick email to your email subscribers asking them to take a few minutes to review your podcast and add the little instructional video to the message. When you ask people directly and explain how important it is for you and your show, they will feel more compelled to do so. Something fun you can do is to ask on your social media channels who is a regular listener of your podcast. Then you can send a private voice or video message to whoever answers and personally thank them and ask them to support the podcast by leaving a review. You already have people in your community who are eager to support your show. Still, they may not know how to, or they do know, but they just need some extra encouragement from you. Number 3, review spotlights and tangible incentives. Imagine if your favorite podcast host reads your review in one of their episodes. Or even better, your review is displayed on their social media. This is a great example from your Such a Catch podcast on how you can post listeners' reviews on your Instagram feed. As humans, we love to be seen and acknowledged by people we admire and follow. So make it a regular practice to give the spotlight to your listeners and share their reviews. This will encourage those listeners who may need a little incentive. You can also offer giveaways, raffles, discounts to your services and products in exchange for reviews. Lastly, and this one is coming from me, I know that sometimes it's hard to ask people to do something for us. We question ourselves, well, if my podcast is good, then people will review it. Or if my videos are good quality, then people will subscribe and like my videos. But you should not assume that people will do something if you're not asking them to do so. We need to encourage and facilitate how our audience can support us. Okay, Potskis, I hope you found this video useful. Let me know in the comments below. Also, share this video with your fellow Potskis looking for ideas on how to get more creative with their reviews. And if you're not part of our community on Facebook, I'll invite you to join and say hi. The link is in the description below. And before you go, you guessed it, no olviden hacer la tarea, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Happy casting, amigos!